welcome to Hanging with Bears. It is Wednesday, February 16th, shortly after 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. Our guest tonight is Full Send Bear, who will be with us shortly. We have some people rolling in. What's up, KD Covert? What's up, Bear for All Seasons? What's up, Equus Bear? Hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for joining us. Equus Bear. Yo, what up, J-Man? Upstate Mama Bear in the house. Welcome. Back Guts and Glories. Good to see you around, dude. Just waiting on the guest, and I know he's looking forward to the stream tonight. He should be here shortly. Hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. Got to share some time with your loved one. Significant person of interest. What's up, Pacific Northwest 360 Bear? Thanks for joining us. Okay, Bear for All Seasons, who I give him a hard time in the saloon chat. He's got his own personal mission to post more stickers and GIFs than Blue Bunny Bear. But Bear for All Seasons says, I love Poppa J because he would fit in so well here in San Diego. That's hilarious. You say that just because the way I'm dressed, like if I do the top button, I could blend in. Your whole look goes well over here. Yeah, I got that vibe. I'm from the Midwest, but Back Guts and Glory says, glad to be here with people who get it. Cake Plus Plate, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Poppin' Fresh Bear, what's up, brother? Provider Bear, welcome. And I think we're still waiting for the guest. Oh man, maybe somebody should pop out and send a message to the guest. I talked to him like 2 hours ago, but yeah, no show so far. Clear and Present Bear, welcome, dude. We're just hanging out right now. We're waiting for the guest, and usually one of my teammates are here to go like pop out and check on the guest, but I don't see any of my teammates tonight. If anybody wants to volunteer to send a message to the guest tonight, that would be great. Pacific Northwest Bear says, I lived in San Diego from 94 to 2002 in the USN. Glad to be back in my hideout, Olympia, Washington. Nice. I've never been out to the West Coast my entire life. It's one of those weird things. Let's see. Equus Bear, truly set free. Welcome. Full Send Bear flew the coop, says Equus Bear. Welcome, Normal Bear. Equus said I'll message him. Yeah, it's Equus. If you're still here, it's at Wescas, WESCAS. But he's supposed to be. There's actually a different guy with the same name. So that's something we might have brought up later. Hopefully somebody can get a hold of him. Poppin' Fresh. Who is it tonight? It's Full Send Bear, and he's not with us yet, so I'm not sure what's happening. Longbow Bear's in the house. Welcome, brother. Thanks for joining us. Corktown Deck Company, welcome. Prosthetic Monkey, welcome. What's good, Bears? What's good, Longbow? Good to see you. Pearls for Pigs, welcome. I messaged him, said Equus at Wescas. That's the guy that's going to be on at Wescas. But I was saying I've never been out to the West Coast. It's one of those weird things being, like an American. it's such a big place, and there's so many areas that I've never been to a lot of the places in the U.S. and it's like now I don't even live there. It's like I feel like I missed out on visiting all these epic places like the Pacific Northwest. There he is. In the house. Yeah, there was this place in Oregon. You guys in Washington might know what I'm talking about. There's this place in Oregon, like in the mountains, called like the Oregon Vortex, where it's like all these different hills that converge, and you can like stand on one hill, and you're like standing sideways to a person standing on this hill. It seemed like a really cool place to visit. The Oregon Vortex. Plane Runner in the house. Welcome. All right. Full Send Bear. What's up?
Oh, what's up? I just had to complete a delivery really quick.
Okay.
But now I have a little break for an hour to be able to talk, so that's good. Just gonna do this Jim Bob style in my car.
Right on. Oh, you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to take your attention away from the road. Like that would be bad if you were like distracted.
No, it's all good. My eyes are on the road. So I'm good. I'm just trying to find a good place to park. Take me about 5 minutes. So
right.
If I can keep talking, I just won't really be looking at the screen. So
that's fine. Welcome, Callista Bear. Thanks for joining us. Well, Upstate Mama Bear.
Thanks for having me on.
We'll definitely have to ask him that, Upstate Mama Bear. Real quick, I just wanted to get out of the way. Before you got here, I didn't know we've had issues before with like people not showing up or wrong time or stuff like that. So I was sending people out to try to like get a hold of you. But the thing is, there's that other guy. Oh, really? There's another guy on Instagram called Full Send Bear, and so it's kind of the issue where there's this guy and there's the other guy, and I'm not sure. We ask around, and the consensus seems to be that this gentleman here is the original Full Send Bear until the other guy wants to step up and make a claim, at which point this gentleman here is prepared to fight for the for the bear name. And speaking of fighting, it looks like you're not afraid to get in the ring. What happened to your eyeball, man? Everybody wants to know.
Well, in all seriousness, it actually wasn't from my recent arrest, so it was just a skiing accident.
Oh, a skiing accident. Okay.
Yeah, I was just at Park City trying to do a 360 on the side I don't usually spin on, balance and land on my face.
You're driving. You're driving out of service. Oh no! Don't do that. No. Are you in the mountains or something?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, you're driving. Yeah, you're driving around, and you were like in between towers for just a minute.
Oh shoot!
No, that's okay. Last thing we heard was you had a skiing accident. Whereabouts are you that there's skiing?
Oh yeah. See, I'm in Utah.
Okay. Utah.
What about you?
I'm in Ireland.
No, Ireland. I haven't been there, but my dad went there a few years ago.
Yeah. How did he like it?
Say he liked it. He didn't really do much outside of Dublin. It was mostly just there for conferences.
Yeah. That's the thing. And people ask me like, what's it like living in Ireland? And I'm like, I don't know, because I live in Dublin. It's the same everywhere, and it's something that Owen's really keyed in on lately. That I give him props for is identifying that the big difference is urban versus rural. And so Irish living in Dublin City is going to be much different than Irish living literally anywhere else outside of Dublin. So, people are like, oh, what's it like living in Ireland? I'm like, I don't know. I live in Dublin, because it's almost like it's a different place, but it's because it's that urban environment that's, can't wait to get out of. So, so you had a skiing accident. You had a skiing accident. Now you got a black eye, and you're in Utah. Yeah. What brought you to the Bears? How did you find Owen and the Bears?
Well, the way I found out about it is, I was just a typical high school conservative. Just thought that Crowder was awesome, And I remember Owen Benjamin being on Crowder, and then all of a sudden he was just gone. And I had no idea why. And then I was kind of getting tired of Crowder because I just realized that all he was doing was complaining, and he, wasn't. I felt like he didn't really have the same values as me, because he wasn't really going against the LGBT agenda as much as I would have liked him to. So I'm like, that Owen guy, I wonder what he's up to. So I looked him up on YouTube, and I found him accusing Crowder of being gay in a really funny way and talking about the moon. And I thought it was out there at first, but then I just listened and really enjoyed it.
Right. Steven Crowder owning the liberals, owning the LGBT community by dressing like a woman. That'll teach him.
Yeah, I mean, I used to think it was great how those guys would own the libs. Then right. I'm like, the libs aren't really acting like they're owned, so it's pointless. Definitely experienced that in high school. Like, in high school, my junior year, I had an AP US history class. And, I was like, the right, and everyone else in my class was like the left. And I would basically just have to debate everyone, every single class, all the time on every issue. And it just got exhausting. I don't think anyone in my class changed their mind on what I said.
Are you saying that as a high school conservative, you were in the minority, or would you say the majority of your high school was like that mindset?
I mean, it depends. So I was in an AP class, which those tend to have more liberals in them per capita. Well, oh yeah, I guess you're from maybe AP is just a US thing. It's basically they're the advanced classes that you can get college credit from, basically.
Right.
So yeah, those tend to attract more left-wing people. And my teacher, so he would do anonymous polling on certain issues. And I'd say it would turn out maybe around 50-50, but I was like the only one vocalizing my thoughts for, being a high school conservative. Hello? Oh, wait.
Yeah,
you're lagging a little bit. Hello?
No, bro, you're lagging. You're lagging a little bit because you're driving around. You're driving around, so you're hitting spots that don't have good cell service. I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm about 12 feet from my Wi-Fi. But no, I live in Ireland now, but I'm not from Ireland. I've lived here for 5 years, so I'm from America. I come from Texas and Missouri. So I know what AP classes are. Man, that's interesting that you're a high school conservative. Like I was from like a more my mom's side, I should say. My mom's family, my mom's entire side of her family is liberals. And because my dad was a fuck up and not really part of our life, I was around my grandparents, my father's side early in life, but then not so much later. But they were more like conservative leaning, whereas my mom's family, my mom's side, all liberals. So it's kind of more what I was used to. And so I was like a liberal minded in high school. And so the idea of like a high school age conservative, is kind of interesting to me because it's so foreign from what my experience was. We all come from different backgrounds, but like, it must be wild when you're a conservative and then you start seeing your like conservative spokesman doing these things like dressing like women and certain other stuff. Look at you now, Poppa J, right? Well, right, Papa Fresh? Sorry, do what?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like I was just thinking, like, is there anyone on YouTube that actually stands for what I believe in?
Oh, well, you tell me.
Well, yeah, and I'd say like Owen, yeah.
Okay, right, Owen. Yeah.
So,
but he's not like on YouTube anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, like when I asked you the question, I wasn't even considering like Owen so far off of the YouTube platform at this point, minus like the mirror channels and stuff. But yeah, like nobody on YouTube. Like there's YouTubers I like, but no, yeah, there's nobody like Owen on YouTube. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah, I was listening to Barricade Garage before the stream, and he's still on YouTube. I don't know how he manages that.
It's black privilege.
Probably. If you say that to him, he'll call you a bitch. For not going on YouTube and saying what he's saying.
Probably. Speaking of YouTube, where's Tim Pool's beanie? I don't know where Tim Pool's beanie is tonight.
Right here. What a beanie right now.
Yeah, man, I don't know where you are. Are you still driving?
No, are you right now? I'm good.
Oh, okay. Because it's not a good spot. Like that's ideal. Like find a place with like really good reception and then park. Because like right now you're parked in a shit spot. Do what?
Dude, because this is where my next delivery is.
Oh, okay. You're on the job.
Yeah.
Okay. Speak of the devil. Poppin' Fresh was just talking about Tim Pool's beanie, and then he appears. Yeah, man, you're cutting in and out so bad. Like you're cutting in and out really bad.
I don't know. Where's a good? Wait. Maybe this grocery store I'm parked by has some Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's a whole thing because then you have to sign in and guess the count and tick the boxes and watch the ads and everything that goes with it.
Is this working as of right now, though?
No, it's like you're grainy and the sound is going in and out.
Someone in the Bear for All Seasons says it's better now. Is it?
Well, they're full of shit. Bear for All Seasons and Slow Cow Bear, they're full of shit. He can't hear you.
I don't know. I can hear you just fine right now.
I don't know. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. Maybe it is. Maybe it's this shitty Irish Wi-Fi.
Says my coverage is good.
Maybe it's my Wi-Fi. I don't know. I literally am like I stream from the same spot every week, and my Wi-Fi box is like 12 feet away from me. But and maybe it's my Wi-Fi, but I'm not a betting man. But if I was, I would bet it's because you're on a mobile device out in public. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you need an Ethernet cord. You can't let that opportunity go when there's wonky service. Deep Blue Sea Bear says I'm clear. So yeah, I don't know. Normal Bear says not me. Yeah, it's you, bro. It's because you're on mobile. I should start like everybody's learning. We're all learning as I go. I should make like a checklist for people before they come on the stream, being like, "Are you going to be at home? Are you going to be on Wi-Fi?" Because I've had like twice with once with Dawn of America and once with Pop and Fresh, where they wanted to stream like outdoors, like doing what they do outdoors, which would have been really cool, but the service just wasn't there. Get out of your car, says Tim Pools Beanie.
It's like, I guess I could try it, but it is freezing outside.
I bet it's cold there in Utah.
Yeah, it was pretty warm yesterday.
She got out of the car.
No, I'll try it.
Right on.
But where am I gonna go? Some trees to sit under, but they're right by a highway, so.
Yeah, as soon as you stepped out of the car, as soon as you stepped out of the car, it got better. I think your car is just in a bad spot. I don't even think it's the car itself. I think your car is just in a shit spot.
Maybe if I move my car away from other cars.
I don't know. But I see.
Does this work? Does this work in my car with the door open?
Yeah, that's actually better. Yeah, we can see you and hear you. So,
all right.
You want to run the engine with some heat and then just keep the door open. Is your car made of lead? Yeah, what fucking car are you driving? They don't make them like they used to.
I'm driving a Nissan Altima.
Now what would Barricade Garage say to you?
Yeah, well, gotta have your favorite streamer slay your sacred cows every once in a while.
Yeah, I like Barricade Garage. I actually asked him to be on the stream one time, and it was the same. It was the same week Jesse Lee Peterson canceled on him, when Jesse Lee Peterson invited him and then canceled him the next day. And I asked him to come on the stream like the day after. And he was so pissed off about the Jesse Lee Peterson thing. He's like, man, I'm not doing any more interviews. I'm not doing any more interviews now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit. Just missed the window. Window's closed now. But that would have been fun. That would have been a fun stream to have Barricade on. He's hilarious. So what was so you mentioned you found Owen through Crowder. You were already into the kind of conservative angle of stuff. And then you found Owen through Crowder. Were you already kind of into conspiratorial type stuff before Owen, or did Owen kind of introduce you to that stuff?
I'd say maybe a little bit.
Just a little. Okay, yeah, it's I take that as a no. It's like well, what do you mean a little bit?
I mean, I was a little bit into Q, actually.
Oh, no. Okay, no, that doesn't count.
No,
that doesn't count.
No, not anymore. I don't know. Just when Q first came out, I'm like, this is a cool idea. But then, like, Q wasn't delivering, so I'm like, no, think about this anymore.
You cut out. I don't know if you can hear me, but you're frozen right now. Yeah, we can't hear you.
You're out.
BBQ, exactly. BBQ is my favorite. BBQ is my favorite Q for sure. And Dairy Q. DQ. Dairy Queen. I like DQ and BBQ.
All right. Am I back yet? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you again. You said you're going to move.
So,
Yeah, you were frozen. You were going in and
so,
out. Then you said you're going to move. And
yeah. So yeah, what I was saying is that like I thought Q was a cool idea at first, but then I realized that Q wasn't really delivering. So then I just stopped with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I there's another personality out there that I have such faith that this particular dude is like lying and a con man that I don't put his name out there because I don't even want to like give him that to people. Oh, well, who, and then people are going to go look at it anyways. So I just try not to, if somebody knows about it, I'll talk to him privately and tell him like, here's my observations, and why I have this opinion, but I'm not going to put it out there to like, I don't want to bring him new people, even as like a freak show type situation. But one of the things with that particular dude that led me to that opinion is similar to what you're talking about with Q, is beware of people who are always promising something and then never deliver. Oh, big news coming next Tuesday. And then Tuesday comes and there's no big news, and they just try to spin it with now it's something different. It's like nothing, there's no big news Tuesday, but then Tuesday they have to do something. So they'll do a post or whatever they call it. They'll do a post and they'll say, with this distraction, distract. But it's like, no, it's always this promise of something big happening and it never happens. So that's a big red flag if you see that pattern happening.
Yeah. Okay, I'm parked somewhere. I hope it's better.
Temple's Beanie said, looks like, yes, much better. Thank you. Temple's Beanie said, looks like the HWB got into a fight. Yeah, I asked him. He swears that he didn't get in a fight. He says he had a ski accident.
Yeah.
No, I don't count that. Sorry, not trying to insult you personally or anybody watching who might fall into that same category. But if your first introduction to conspiracy theory type level stuff was Q, I don't consider, like, you weren't into conspiracy theories. If Q was your intro, no offense. No offense.
I mean, yeah. I think maybe. I don't remember the timeline. I might have started thinking about 9/11 before I watched Owen, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
So a little bit. I mean, if you were questioning 9/11, that's fine because we all come from different places. We all walk different paths, and it's about Owen and us coming together and growing together and moving forward. So it's great if you weren't into, I'm not beating you up if you weren't into conspiracies or whatever, because I think that's a great thing. Is one of the reasons that I committed myself to being with Owen and the Bears was the fact that he was bringing these topics to people who either hadn't heard them before, or more importantly, people who had heard them before and were dismissive. Moon landing fake? No way, that couldn't be fake. But then they listen to Owen talk about the moon landing being fake, and they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm starting to question that. He has that ability. So yeah, that's one of the great things about him and his skill set, and why he's such a powerful speaker about that type of stuff, and bringing it all home to now what, like what Robert posted earlier. And that's the wall you hit when you're getting into those types of topics. You get to that moment of, well, now what? Okay, I know don't drink the fluoride in the water. I know don't take the V word. I know, I know these things, but now what? And that's when you go back to living a regular life and just moving forward with the knowledge of how to avoid those pitfalls and those traps. And just live your life, that you're meant to, that God put you here to, and live your life and raise your children. You look kind of young. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21, so yeah, young. I was going to say, speaking of children, no, I'm joking. I'm not going to condescend you like that. You're a young man. You're 21, in college and stuff, or what are you doing by way of that? work or education?
Well, what I'm trying to do, my goal right now is to get some money through my business and my day trading, and then buy some land and homestead.
Okay. So you're into
So
day trading. So you're like a stock market player. You're good at that?
I can be good at it. The problem I've been running into lately is, so I'm really good. Like I can get 1% to 2% pretty easily.
Okay.
Which takes a lot of work, but sometimes I just get tired of my day job and I get frustrated and I overtrade and I blow my account.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't get into that. To me, again, man, this is going to be, I don't know. I feel like every time you bring up a topic and I'm shitting on it every time, but it is what it is. I wouldn't put a lot, like, learn a trade. If I could go back to being 21, like real talk, go back to be 21, I would learn a trade, like a real, like electrician or plumbing or carpentry, learn something. Stock market stuff, man. I agree with Owen because I'm similar to him in that I'm not a gambler. I've never been a gambler. It's never been something that attracted me. And because of that, you can kind of you're outside of that bubble. You can identify, oh, that's just gambling. Like stock market, that's a casino. That's a you know. And people win, but people also lose. And like, you know, I would, real talk, if you're not already like enrolled in like university style college or whatever, if I could go back, I would have learned like a trade, like electrician or something, like Longbow Bear. I want to grow up and be like Longbow Bear. But yeah, I would have been an electrician or something like that you could really, you know, put that to use.
I mean, yeah, I'm considering that as a backup plan, but the way I see it is, if you're spinning that roulette wheel, it's not gonna produce a chart with support and resistance levels.
I'm sorry, I couldn't pay attention. I'm laughing at what Tim Pool's Beanie said.
Yeah.
Tim Pool's Beanie said, hold on. I would learn to knit beanies for Tim Pool exclusively. Okay, Tim Pool's Beanie, what do you think of Fulson Bear's beanie here? Does that meet does his beanie get your approval? Would this beanie fit well on, say, a certain Poppa, Tim Pool? Yeah. I'm ready to go back to steam engines. F this grid, it's rigged. Yeah, bad guts and glory. Back to horses and buggies. The Amish get it. The Amish really do get it. At one point, I was looking at, well, what would it take to get into it? Like, for real, like, what would it take to be accepted into an Amish community? And it would be, you know, such a life changing thing. Like, you could, I don't even know like a big enough word for it. Like, what a change of lifestyle it would be to take people like us and put us on an Amish farm. Besides like the growing food and all that kind, it's just everything that goes with it. It would be such a like cultural shock, but I think it would be a good thing, because I don't know if they get like all of their doctrine right. I'm not, you know, co-signing for all of their doctrinal beliefs or theological beliefs, but their lifestyle, they get it. Like, I think they're living closer to what God would have want from us than what we're currently living in now. Yeah, but to get into an Amish community, you have to, like, out of the gate, you have to speak like German and Pennsylvania Dutch. So you have to learn two new languages right out the gate just to even be like an applicant before they'll even like talk to you. They'll quiz you in 3 different languages. Ultimate Mike says, "What is their doctrine?" Yeah, I don't know. Like again, I'm not an expert on Amish. I've heard people say there's like questionable stuff that they do or whatever, but I don't know. So that's why I'm saying I'm not co-signing on like if somebody goes and says, "Oh, but the Amish do this or they believe that," and it's something that I disagree with. I'm gonna be like, yeah, well, like I said, I didn't co-sign everything they do, but their lifestyle of how they live with no electricity and making everything for themselves, I think that's more like what we're supposed to do for sure.
But do they believe in the Trinity?
Right. Because that's what really matters. Their position on the Trinity. I don't think they do, by the way. I'm not an expert. Don't quote me. Allegedly, I think that they're one of the Christian sects that don't go for the Trinity stuff. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, same with me.
So now that we've broached the subject, Christianity, religion, and all that, and you're in Utah, I'm assuming you grew up Mormon. Is that wrong of me?
Well, yeah, and I still am.
Okay, so you were. So is it a say? Do people in Utah find that like offensive that we assume that you're Mormon?
No, not really. It's true.
Okay, so
it's true most of the time.
So for real, like boots on the ground in Utah, it's really like all Mormons.
Yeah, like we grew up to like not be offended by stuff. So, okay. I mean, like we were, like instead of like being offended by that South Park musical, whatever, we put a bold billboard saying, "Oh, the book is better." Like if you love the play, you'll love the book.
Right. I've still not seen it.
So
it was supposed to come to Ireland. It was supposed to come to Dublin in 2020. And I might have gone to it. I've never seen it. I think they're making a movie version now. Just to see it, just for the experience. I would have gone to see it here in Dublin. 2020 happened, and we know everything that happened that year. So it was canceled or whatever. Now they have the movie coming out. But what was it? So I'm really only bringing that up to say I've not seen the musical. I don't know what happens in it. Is it?
I don't know either.
You haven't watched it?
No.
Okay. Is there talking points? Did you hear like when it come out, and then there's like Mormon reporters, and they went and watched the movie, and they said, "Here's the bad stuff that happened." Is there like talking points of why Mormons don't like the musical, or what's the consensus there?
No, I don't know. I haven't really had anyone around here like talk about it in a while.
Okay. Okay. The South Park guys, they've always kind of, even in the show South Park, they've made their fair share of Mormon jokes here and there.
Yeah.
There was I forget which episode it was, but there's one where they were like having a bet about which religion is right, and they get to the end of the episode, and they were like, "So who is right?" And they were like, "The Mormons. The Mormons were right."
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I forget the episode. So you were raised Mormon, and you're still currently Mormon, and so you plan to marry a Mormon woman. I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm still just trying to read the comments. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, much encouragement towards that. Like, definitely is the way to go. Like, for a lot of us that are older and didn't, like, say, get married or start having children until we got in our 30s, I think most of us, if have the opportunity, would tell you, like, start sooner. You're not missing out on a lot of us that spent our 20s in bars and parties and stuff. Like, I'm not saying I was like a big party guy, but it's just you're not missing out. If you miss that stuff, you're not missing much. Having the family and that stuff is much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a good dating approach.
Seems like
Because
everything's online these days. I'm sure they have to have Mormon dating.
Yeah.
What's the Mormon dating app called?
Oh, there's one called Mutual, but it's basically the same thing as Tinder. So it's
Okay.
I'm
It's like,
I'm not a fan of it.
so it's more for. Wait, that blows my mind. So it's for Mormons, but it's like Tinder. So it's like Mormons are having casual hookups.
Yeah, and like they might not like have sex, but there's like these. Yeah, it's. And the hard thing about my approach,
They do that thing though. You guys do that thing though. Yeah. What's it called?
Oh, the provost soak. I've never done that before. I've never done that before. But...
What's up, Zezzy Bear? We have you'll dig this one. You'll dig this one. For anybody that's not following Bear Banter, shout out Bear Banter is similar to Hanging with Bears, but it's the Irish Bear community. So the host would be an Irish Bear, and the guest is often an Irish Bear, and now they're expanding. So one of our Irish Bears is like a very Christian, like Bible Christian type guy. And another one of our bears in Ireland is a Mormon, like devout, and he's a really funny guy. I want to say his like real name on stream because I don't know, but he's Mormon Ireland Bear is his bear name, and he's a really funny dude, but he's very devout Mormon, and so they're going to have a big debate, and that should be interesting. That should be really interesting because besides the all the theological differences that'll be discussed and whatever, is because the more like Bible Christian guy is more like a very straight-laced kind of guy, and the Mormon bear is very, very funny. So I expect it's almost kind of like an Odd Couple situation. I've never seen these two. They've not met up at a meetup yet in real life before. So this is kind of their first time meeting up, and it's to debate this big topic. But I know the Mormon bear is very funny, so I know he'll keep it lighthearted and laughs going. Stolen Honor Bear wants to know, hold up, what's the Provo soak? I'll let our guests explain that one. What's the Provo soak?
It's when you put it in and you don't move, so it's not having sex. I know. I think it's
you put it in, but you don't move it.
Like, I'm a strong believer in my faith, but I'm able to recognize the problems in the community.
I don't know. I don't know much about it, and it's easy for us on the outside of it to look at it and laugh, just like with like the underwear and stuff. Like it's very easy for us on the outside to look at it and laugh, and I know you guys take it very seriously. But that's why I'm asking from an outsider perspective. This whole Provo soak thing, is it like a very common and acceptable thing, or is it kind of like a hush hush, don't talk about it thing?
Probably a hush. I mean, I've personally never been involved with it. I don't think it's a good thing. But I mean, my friends and I will joke about it, and we have one friend who we suspect has done it, but the rest of us haven't. So
okay, so still kind of hush.
Yeah.
Okay. Not like a certain religious tribe that like to cut holes in sheets. You guys could try that approach. I know you guys are into loopholes. You guys are into loopholes. There's another tribe that's into religious loopholes. They just cut a hole in the sheet, and then you can move it. Equus Bear said he's this weekend. That's funny. Yeah, man, it's interesting for us to hear stuff like that because we don't know much about it, and we just make jokes. But
Yeah, it's an interesting community to grow up in.
how's that?
And, well, it's just like a lot of times. So when I went to high school, like every single kid was either Mormon or a total stoner, criminal, whatever,
Oh, okay.
it seemed. So like kind of growing up in Utah, it's like kind of hard to see like the good people that aren't of our faith. But I've like gone outside of Utah. I've met a lot of great people who are like Christian and Muslim and have great values. And I've met Mormons that are total hypocrites. So
Yeah, that happens. I think in all religions, you'll find people like that.
yeah.
Do you guys do like the Amish do Rumspringer? Do you guys do that?
I mean, kind of our mission is when we go out and see the world.
Okay. I see. I never thought about it that way. I thought, honestly, dude, I'm not gonna like be a jerk to you about it, obviously, but I used to be kind of anti-Mormon, like theologically. So I'm not gonna. I'll leave that to the other guys that want to debate the topic, and I'll sit back and I'll eat my popcorn on that one. But
yeah, what do you mean you don't think you'll get a planet?
There's a lot that goes into it, but
I was just
there's so much that goes into it, but
yeah, and like even then, like right now, one of the issues is like policy versus doctrine. Because like I don't know, a lot of people in the church leadership are telling people to get the jab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really.
And like
that topic doesn't interest me much. But I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking like, yeah, that whole topic, shit sucks everywhere. So, but I was saying is like I've always been kind of anti-Mormon, but it's that thing where I have theological differences in some of the stuff you guys believe. But I think just like like BB says, I think you're a cool person. The Mormon Irish bear, he's a cool person. His wife is cool. They just had a daughter at like the second day of the January, second day of the new year. As people, you're good people. I just have a different belief. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to hold that against you. That. So I never looked at stuff like that from that angle of, Mormons are obligated to do like a 2-year mission out in the world. And I never thought of that as like a Rumspringer, because Rumspringer, they literally get to go out and just do whatever the hell you want. You want to party all year, you can party all year. But the Mormon thing with your mission, you're sent out into the world to do work. You're not sent out just to do whatever you want. You're there to do a job, but at the same time, you're out there, you're out in the world, you're exposed to it. If you're going to be tempted by the world, that would happen at that point. And then maybe that person, like if somebody went out and they got tempted by the world and stayed, and then they just didn't come back for mission. I'm guessing that's maybe happened a couple times. Like back in my hometown, I met a guy once.
No, they come. Yeah. The people that fall into the temptation usually just come home from their missions. They don't just stay there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they repent. I met a guy in my hometown who was former Amish, who was raised Amish and went out on Rumspringer and just never came back. Because he liked being in the regular worldly world, and he just took up a job as a carpenter, all those Amish skills. So he's living fat, just being a carpenter and enjoying his, and again, I would have gone the other way. I'd have been like, no, can I take your spot? Can I go to the Amish farm? But no, good for him. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Tim Pool's Beanie wants to know if you watched Orgasmo. The you know what it is.
I don't know either.
Maybe not. He was like a baby when that movie came out, Tim Pool. Tim Pool's Beanie. Allegedly. Not Tim Pool. Tim Pool wouldn't watch Hanging with Bears. His Beanie does. Now, Orgasmo was the South Park guys, and they played like a Mormon who becomes a porn star. So he's like a Mormon missionary guy, and he becomes like a porn star. It's a comedy, obviously, but yeah, it's one of the earlier movies. I think it had the same guy. Did you see Basketball?
What? I don't know.
Have you seen any of the South Park movies? No.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen South Park, but I don't think I've seen movies.
Okay. Well, if you haven't seen the movies, then you don't. So they've made Cannibal the musical. They made Orgasmo and Basketball. Are movies they made that aren't they're not South Park, but it's made by the same people. And there's there's like a friend of theirs that's in the Basketball and the Orgasmo. It's like the little Squeak or Pip Squeak or something, like the little dorky guy they're always picking on. But okay, so that answers Tim Pool's question. No, he's never seen Orgasmo. And it's probably been at least 10 years or more since I've seen it. I even forget half the details. And then, didn't they here's one I haven't seen. Did anybody see, and I already know Full Send Bear's answer, no. But did anybody see the Bucky Larson movie with Nick Swardson? So Nick Swardson, Owen's comedian friend, was in that Happy Madison movie, Bucky Larson. And I think Owen is credited in that movie. Is Owen in that movie? Has anybody seen it? Is Owen in it? I'll look
I don't
at
know.
the chat. Team America. Oh yeah, Tim Pool's Beanie's correct. Team America is the other movie they made that's not South Park related. So you said you're on the job. I don't want to. We're almost at the top of the hour. What time is your next assignment?
Well, let's see. Probably I could probably talk for maybe about 15 more minutes.
Okay, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just doing some grocery delivery. I used to do DoorDash just to make ends meet, but they kicked me off, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, you told me about that incident.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to operate in the system long enough to be able to be more independent.
Right, you have to play the game long enough to get out, right?
'Cause I don't know, like I feel like I just keep getting frustrated about what's going on, then I get into trouble and it just makes things worse. Like,
the first thing you need to do starting tomorrow, stop shaving, grow something on your face, and you'll be amazed at how much your life improves just from there. I'm serious. Look at me.
I mean, this is about as much as I can grow right now, in all honesty.
Right. I feel you. Just let it grow, man. Let it grow. It'll encourage more.
But yeah.
Give him the boot in the arse. Says back.
But yeah, I think I could talk about. I don't know. Do y'all want to hear about what happened to me, like with the police?
Yeah, just try to use hobo code, like.
Oh, what do you?
Like cooties, health restrictions.
Well, I mean, there wasn't really any of that. It was, I mean, my county, no restaurant cares except for the one that I happen to have a DoorDash delivery for.
Right.
And then they called the police on me. The police asked me some questions, and I answered by telling me what the other person was doing. I didn't say anything about my actions because I know about self-incrimination. And then they asked me to identify myself, and I asked them why. And then they placed me under arrest, and I have an ice cream. And then I have an ice cream in my hand. I'm trying not to spill all over my back. And then they try to claim that I'm resisting arrest. I'm like, hey, if one of y'all could just hold my ice cream, this will make it easier. I'm not trying to resist you. And then they hold the ice cream. I'm in cuffs.
Sorry, officer. Before you arrest me, will you hold this ice cream?
Well, no, they were like holding me back at that point. It wasn't like that. But so I don't know if they have the footage of that. They're like, I'm hoping it's an easy win in court, but it's just even I'm pretty sure I can win, but I still wish I wasn't in this trouble. Like I got all the Utah news networks lying about me.
Oh, you made the news. Oh no. You made the local news.
Well, I don't think I was on TV. It's just like the websites and stuff. Okay. But in like luckily the biggest one didn't use my name, but a couple smaller ones did.
There's a couple things in the comments. People are digging the story. Christopher Lands wants to know, is this man from Humboldt County? I don't know if you mean me or the guest, but I'm from Missouri and our guest is from Utah.
Yeah, I'm in Utah.
Temple's Beanie says, hold my ice cream. Deep Blue Sea Bear, they would have cited you for littering if you dropped it. Yeah, if you dropped the ice cream, they could have written you a ticket for littering. Zezzy Bear says you could request the footage, I think, from like the police department.
Yeah, I will.
You will? Okay, there you go. Temple's Beanie also wants to know, what kind of ice cream was it?
It was from Cold Stone. I don't know if that's a local or a national chain, but
Cold Stone Creamery?
Yeah.
I think it's national, semi-national at least. Mint chocolate chip, dude. Yeah, mint chocolate chip is good. I love that. It's okay. My face is all over Central. Oh yeah. Here's one. Poppin' Fresh Bear in the chat. He says, "Hey, it's okay. My face was all over Central California news. Allegedly a Mexican drug cartel member." He had a bad incident. He was spending some time out in California with some friends. They were in a particular alley and got jumped and like stabbed by some bad dudes. And he was in the news and they were like making allegations and stuff. But
I'm just hoping I can get through the next few weeks without any more trouble. Just doing my grocery store delivery, and then once I make some money, I can just keep compounding and scaling with my business, which I guess you don't think it's a good idea, but I know what I'm doing.
Well, here, let me propose something to you. I don't know, man. I'm just listening to what you're going through, and that kind of sucks. I don't know what your family situation is or whatever, but like Owen says, there's a lot of Mormons in Missouri, and I'm partial to Missouri, but I mean, like, might do you good, change of scenery, find some Mormon friends out in Missouri.
Well, yeah, one of my goals is I'd actually like to be able to buy a RV pretty soon and I could drive around. I could be a mobile builder buddy so I can learn about some farming.
Nice. And you would so you do delivery work. You wouldn't be delivering it. You wouldn't be delivering, what do they call it there? DoorDash. You wouldn't do DoorDash in your RV, but would you still keep your regular vehicle to do that?
No, what I would do for money is I'm trying to set up some passive income.
Okay, with your day trading.
Because I have a bot that can do it.
Oh my goodness. does. Okay. You see that's the thing with like the generational difference. Like I'm not I was, could have been into it, but all that technology stuff only really started to pop off after I was like 20. And some people were like really into it and they got into it and stuff. I didn't. I rejected it for as long as I could. Like again, like I said, this is stuff about like thinking the Amish get it. It's not super recent that I've had these kind of thoughts. I've always been kind of against the internet and stuff like that till it got to the point where there was no option but to join the Borg. You couldn't apply for a job, or you couldn't wipe your ass without having access to the internet at some point. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, you can't beat them, join them. But no, I've always kind of thought like the Amish get it, and
yeah, there's definitely a lot of generational gaps here. Like Owen thinks that most of my jokes that I say in the chat are stupid.
It happens.
Because it's like humor from my generation.
Right, the Gen Z stuff. Yeah, it's us. It's not you, it's us. We're just getting old. We went through it too, when we were young and looking at the people from the 70s and whatnot.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if I could figure out how to do a comedy stream for Gen Z.
Right. Oh, there's got to.
Like, I don't know how to structure.
Nick Fuentes.
Like, I can be funny in conversation, but I don't know how to like present a joke like Big Bear does.
Right.
Like just standing on the stage for an hour and just telling jokes.
I mean, shit. I could stand on stage and talk for an hour, but I don't know if anyone would laugh. I could. Oh, yeah. Then I could do it. Why didn't they laugh? I have endless material for why didn't they laugh.
Yeah, I think Norma J. Bear asked if I was in debt or something, and I have zero debt, and my game plan is to not have any debt. Like I mean, like I know not everyone believes it'll work, but I have a way to get money, and as long as I'm patient with myself, as long as I can enjoy the moment I'm in and not just like overtrade and blow my accounts, and like I'll be good.
So bad. Let's hope all of your day trading is above board, right?
Yeah. And like, yeah, I know it's a rigged game, but I can figure. But
the chat.
Just because it's like, if you can figure out the game, then there's a way to win.
Okay.
And that could be part of why I'm conspiracy minded, because I'm trying to understand.
Well, like I said, you're only confirming what I said earlier, that it's a casino. Like, well, if you can figure out the game, you can win the game. It's a game. You're day trading stuff. It's a game. It's a casino. And I understand your machismo, your confidence and your skills to play the game, but you did agree with me just now that it is a game. It's a game. It's a gamble. And
I guess, but it still has a lot more technical and fundamental indicators than a game of roulette.
What's that? Well, yes,
like,
it's right, but there's different kinds of games. Say like blackjack or poker might be more interactive, where there's a player's skill level involved. But at the end of the day, it's still a game, and the house wins. That's kind of my bigger point. The house always wins. So do that, man. Do it's your life. I'm only like giving like my point of view, but like, just I hope that all this trading stuff you're talking about online is like 100% legal, because like, wouldn't want to see anything bad happen, obviously. But like, if that's working for you, if you're making money and you can build up something for a homestead or something, that's great. Go for it. But like, yeah, go check out Missouri, dude. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about it.
Yeah.
The only
Just
the
don't
thing
go.
that because the thing about Utah is the land prices are getting insane here, and it's dry, so it's really hard to farm.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't have that problem in
So
Missouri. It's not dry in Missouri. Yeah, you can farm, and the land is
yeah,
cheap.
another
And
place
good.
another place I was thinking was Mississippi, since their census reported a declining population, which should mean that more land. So,
Just go stake a claim. Well, I don't know if I mentioned this here on Hanging with Bears before. I might have, but one of the Irish Bears said that there's like a law here or something where if you find land that you feel like is unclaimed, you can claim the land. I don't know. This is because real estate and building and buying land in Ireland is like very difficult. It's like a bigger game here than it is in America. Apparently, though, they say they have this law that if you find land that you feel is unclaimed, you can make a sign that says, I'm so and so, this is my land. Unless you disagree, if you disagree, you can call me at this number and put your phone number. And if nobody calls to dispute your claim on that land after like 2 years, the land becomes yours. I'm like, that sounds too good to be true. That's got to be too good to be true.
yeah.
I don't know. You guys should look into it. Report back. Let me know next time. Is there something like that in America? Can you just like find land and be like, I'm claiming stake of my claim. This is my 40 acres. You know, I don't know, but they said that they have that here, and definitely something to look into.
Yeah, I probably gotta go soon, but
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyone have any last questions?
Any final questions? What's up, Dennis Beach? What's up, Baron Pelagic? All that shit's taken, Poppa J, right? Well, that's the thing, Poppin' Fresh. It's like I'm from Missouri. Ireland is half the size of Missouri. So pretty much everything in Ireland is taken as well. That's kind of the whole point. It's like there is no unclaimed land in Ireland. But if you find a place where the people who own it are so far detached from that actual piece of land that they won't notice this sign after 2 years, that it's, I guess, like maybe the law would consider that a forfeiture. I don't know, but there would be there's no unclaimed land in Ireland. Everything's, and it's very expensive. The land here is it's very expensive. Even raw land out in the country with no building permit, it's like it's crazy expensive here. So I don't know. It seems like finding a piece of land and staking a claim to it might be the only way here, because it's so expensive. But Tim Pulls Beanie said Coffee Bear. Is Coffee Bear in the house? Oh, Bear Pelagic. Oh, okay. You know, there was a bear called Coffee Bear, and she changed her name to Beartarian Bear. But that's why I was like, is Coffee Bear in the house? I don't think she usually comes to the Hanging with Bears. All right, man. Well, thank you for joining us and all the wonkiness or whatever at the beginning of the stream. I'm glad you found a spot where you got like a decent signal. And yeah, man. Life is tough, and especially I couldn't imagine being a young man right now. Though I'll have to. I have sons, so like vicariously, empathetically, I'll have to consider their perspective. But like right now, they're just children. But like, yeah, it's a tough time. It's a tough time, for sure. But keep your head up, and I firmly believe you're in the best place you could be right now in Beartaria.
And you asked me about my.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, and like even though like everyone doesn't get my humor, like I think it's good to like be surrounded just by older men that get it, because
yes,
the only advice my dad could give me is to go to college.
Right.
My dad is a college professor. And
Imagine.
Unfortunately, it's kind of led to a disconnect between me and him. And so,
right.
Yeah, I feel like it's been really hard for me to find guidance in anything. I mean, I'm trying to turn towards God, but it's hard sometimes.
Definitely, dude.
Just because I'm trying to.
I don't have I don't have the best perspective on dealing with that kinds of stuff because I wrote my dad out of my life years and years ago, so he's never really been there for any. I've always had to seek positive male role models outside of my father, so that's always been there for me. But like I can imagine if you did grow up with a dad and he was a good dad, I imagine, he provided for you, decent life. And then, but now that you're coming into adulthood and you're seeing your opinion and his opinion are clashing, there would be a disconnect there. Ultimately, he's still your dad. I think you're going to love him. He's going to love you over the bullshit. But definitely, if you have a difference of opinion, like, it's your life. It's not his.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Like I'm good. I'm good with him. We just don't talk too much,
Right. What about siblings? You got brothers?
I mean, I have a younger brother. He's on his mission in Texas.
Okay.
And I have an older sister who is a high school teacher that teaches critical race theory.
Oh no.
And funny story. So I broke up with my girlfriend a month ago, but like, it was really funny because she was black and like my parents had to tell my sister, do not pretend like you know more about black people than she does, because like my girlfriend wasn't about critical race. Like I couldn't date anyone that was about that.
Right.
Like.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. Your sister is going to be like the Rachel Dolezal white girl educating the black girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So luckily my sister didn't. She was cool and she met my girlfriend, but it just didn't. A couple things just, even with my girlfriend, like we still had some differences of opinion that led to a breakup.
Well, I don't have all the answers there either. I'm married and I'm married over 7 years now, and me and my wife still have differences of opinion. That stuff's going to come up. But I mean, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. Plenty more fish in this sea.
I know.
All that.
I know. I gotta figure out how to. I know. It's just I'm in a new generation. There's just so much crazy stuff going on. Like, even with dating, like every girl I've dated has had like daddy issues, and that's a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah.
Just because this generation has like higher rates of fatherlessness than any before it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's crazy, and I guess I just need to accept that with God's help, I need to figure it out, and no one can hold my hand on the way.
For sure. Yeah, man. Like I said, consider learning a trade. It will never steer you wrong. Like I said, with that Amish guy that was a carpenter, it's like just handles his business, slinging the hammer. Poppin' Fresh recommends going for the older chicks. Go for the older chicks. Oh, wait. No, now we have a debate. Poppin' Fresh said date older women, and Comfortable Bear said never date older women. Uh-oh. All right. Yeah. I'm going to have to, gentlemen, we'll have to arrange a debate stream between Comfortable Bear and Poppin' Fresh Bear as to why we should or should not date older women. I don't know. I dated an older woman at one point. but
Yeah. Oh yeah. I also.
it was kind of a waste of
I
time.
like that.
It was kind of a waste of time, honestly, because I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere, and we were just dating because we were having fun. It was good company, you know what I mean? But it wasn't ever going to. We were never going to make a family or whatever, and I knew that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a waste of time.
Oh yeah. I gotta go real quick, but I like that advice. It said create a place of peace, and yeah, that's my goal. I just don't feel a lot of peace right now, but I'm trying to create it.
Right on. Well, you got to get back to work. So thank you, Fulson Bear, and yeah, let me know about the outcome of that with the jail thing that happened. Let me know. Oh, I do want to know what happened with that on the outcome of it. But thanks for coming on, and thank you for all the people that were hanging out in the live chat and for all the laughs and stuff. Temple's Beanie, as always. I don't know. He always makes me crack up every time he's on the stream. He makes me crack up at least once. Poppin' Fresh and Robert, Zezzy, Normal, Comfortable, all the legends, Sleep Deprived Bear. Thanks, guys. I'm back. I'm back Friday night.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I'm back Friday night.